Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge Blade Works. So, coming back from the car show late last night, we stopped by the Harbor Freight in the cities and picked up a whole bunch of tools. And one of the things that I needed was a solvent tank or a parts washing tank. And they had these on sale for 80 bucks. And I believe we ended up getting this thing cheaper than that because we had coupons and stuff. But it's kind of wiggly on my concrete right here. But that's a really good deal for a parts washer. And I ended up putting it together, and it's got a pump right here that you turn on and off. You have a 110 plug in here. It's got a nice little stop where you can lift up the lid, and it holds the lid up. And it's pretty solid. One of the things that you have to do when you get these parts washers though is there's a plug right here on the bottom of it. You need to put some Teflon tape on there because I've had 4 of these now, and every one of these solvent tanks or parts washers end up leaking, and you'll come in the morning after filling this thing up and it'll have drips all over the place, or you know, your garage floor will have stuff all over it. But one of the only complaints that I have is they've never changed this, and this hose right here is where it pumps the fluid out so you can, you know, wash your parts or whatever. But right here they always put a plastic fitting that ends up breaking, and I'm trying to get this thing to focus, but it's not working out too good. But anyways, this plastic fitting right here ends up breaking, and this is the pump that pumps the fluid up. So then it ends up breaking right here and then squirting fluid all over the place, or you know, straight up in the air. And so if I were you, if you're gonna get one of these Harbor Freight solvent tanks or parts washers, go ahead and trade this out for a brass fitting. But other than that, that's about one of my only complaints that I have about these. I wish they'd fix this setup here, because this just drops in, it slides in and drops in here, and it kind of wiggles around a little bit, which it's not a pain in the neck or nothing. I mean, you could put a sheet metal screw in there somewhere where to hold it. But the part number on this is a 20-gallon parts washer, and this is part number 60769. Of course, when I try to show you, it folds over. And that's the Central Machinery, Pittsburgh, whatever the heck it is, Harbor Freight brand. Comes with a nice little tray where you put small parts in so you don't lose them. You know, of course, like small washers and stuff will fall through that. But it also has right here a nice little tray that sits in the bottom of this, and it gives you about, you know, 6 inches right here, so you can fill this up and have the fluid below it so you can wash your parts, and then your soap and water or your solvent or whatever you end up using in your solvent tank or your parts washer, it ends up coming off this and going back down in. And this is your suction pump right here. It sucks it in here and pumps it out this hose and comes back. But you guys probably already know that. I picked these up years ago, and I had a big box of these parts washers, brushes, and these are really handy. If you're gonna get a tank like this, you definitely want to get 3 or 4 of these because these are super handy. And then I also have this. I've had this for years too, and you know, get some small brushes, because a lot of the times you're trying to clean parts and it's kind of a pain in the neck. You know, you want to be able to get in little small crevices and whatever. But it's a great little solvent tank, and like I said, this is my 4th one, and I have them all over the place. But this one, I wanted one in my garage that I could put some clean fluid in. I'm probably just gonna run like soap and water or whatever. You can run soap and water, you can run solvent for the solvent tanks, or you can run like I believe like mineral spirits or whatever. You know, you might want to check with the whole EPA thing, and you know, whatever you can use in your area. I'm not sure. But it comes with a nice shelf right here, and then I'll probably put like, you know, rubber gloves and stuff like that down here, so that when I'm using this, I can, you know, my hands won't get all messed up from having this stuff on my hands the whole time, because sometimes you're doing this stuff for an hour or so, cleaning parts, and you know, you don't want your hands getting all messed up. But anyways, if you're gonna get one of these, I would recommend it. I think it's I'd say like a 4-star solvent tank parts washer. And the only reason I'd say it's a 4-star is because of that fitting that's right here on the bottom that always breaks. And then, when, you know, I wish they'd do something else with this setup here so that it stops leaking, because you have to put a Teflon tape on there or some pipe dope, or you know, change it to like a flat O-ring so that it doesn't leak. But anyways, other than that, that's my only complaint. It's got a really nice lid that comes down, and a nice big flat area, which always ends up collecting crap because you end up sitting stuff on top of it, and then you got to move it when you want to use it. but it's a great little solvent tank. I highly recommend it. Anyways, thanks for watching.